How to survive every natural disaster. If a natural disaster strikes tomorrow, your current survival odds are statistically depressing. You're probably going to panic, grab the wrong thing, run in the wrong direction, and somehow end up in a news clip with the caption, "Local resident attempts to fight tornado with garden hose." Not ideal. But today we fix that.
Number 10. Hailstorms.
The least deadly on our list, but don't let that fool you into thinking you can just stand outside and admire the atmospheric ice sculpture festival. Hail has killed people. Not many, but enough that meteorologists, emergency responders, and people who value their skulls take it seriously.
Here's how hail works. Hail forms in strong thunderstorms. Updrafts lift raindrops into freezing air, where they freeze. They fall, collect more water, and freeze again, repeating this cycle. When they become too heavy for the updraft, they fall to the ground at high speeds, carrying significant force. Now imagine that hitting your head. Not a good look.
Hail never strikes without warning. You just need to know how to read the sky. Watch for a rapidly building thunderstorm topped with a massive anvil cloud, and pay close attention if the sky takes on a sickly green or yellow tint. Look for rolling, turbulent cloud bases or a dark shelf cloud pushing in. Feel for sudden wind shifts, sharp temperature drops, and rain that turns erratic. And listen closely. That faint crackling or popping in the distance, that's ice forming and starting to fall. The sky always gives you a heads up. You just have to know what to look for. Hail doesn't warn you twice. When it starts, move. Now. First, protect your head. Use your arms, a backpack, anything padded. Your skull isn't armor. Second, get under solid cover. A building, garage, or metal-roofed vehicle. Keep windows up. Third, if you're stuck outside, find a ditch. Lie low, curl up, and shield your neck. Fourth, wait it out. Most hailstorms burn through in 10 to 20 minutes. Stay put until the noise stops and the sky clears. Quick prep saves pain. Keep a helmet or poncho in your car, park under cover when you can, and consider impact-resistant windows if you live in Tornado Alley or other hail-prone zones. And remember, hail isn't just a winter thing. It's a warm season threat. You can't outrun it, and even pea-sized hail hurts at highway speeds. Stay calm. The sound is terrifying. It rattles like gunfire, but panic wastes precious seconds. Breathe. Cover up. Find shelter. Wait. That's the protocol. And don't underestimate hail because it seems minor. History disagrees. In 1888, a single hailstorm in Moradabad, India, killed over 250 people. In 2019, hail in Dallas, Texas, caused $3 billion in damages. In 2020, Colorado saw over $1.2 billion in losses. Hail may not shake the earth or flood cities, but it delivers real danger to your body, your car, and your wallet. Respect the ice. Prepare. Survive.
9. Tornadoes or extreme winds.
Help me! Someone help me!
The least predictable on our list, but don't mistake chaos for randomness. Tornadoes don't care about your plans. They tear through neighborhoods in minutes, turning ordinary objects into projectiles. Here's how tornadoes work. They form when warm, moist air collides with cold, dry air, creating powerful updrafts that begin to rotate. Wind shear tilts that rotation vertically, and if conditions align, a funnel drops from the sky. Winds can exceed 200 miles per hour. They don't just blow things away, they rip, shred, and implode. A tornado rarely appears out of nowhere. Watch for a dark, often green-tinged sky, a wall cloud rotating near the base of a thunderstorm, and large hail preceding the funnel. Listen for a continuous, loud roar that doesn't fade like regular thunder. It sounds like a freight train on a direct path. Feel for sudden, violent wind shifts or eerie calm right before impact. The sky and your ears will tell you first. Tornadoes don't wait for you to finish packing. When warned, move immediately. First, get underground. A basement or storm cellar is your safest bet. Second, if underground isn't an option, go to an interior room on the lowest floor, bathroom, closet, or hallway. Stay away from windows. Third, cover yourself. Use a mattress, heavy blankets, or a helmet to protect your head and neck from flying debris. Fourth, stay put until the roar passes and officials confirm it's safe. Quick prep saves lives. Know your local warning sirens. Keep a no AA weather radio charged and practice your shelter route with family. Don't chase it, don't film it, and never hide under an overpass. It accelerates wind and traps debris. Stay calm. The noise is overwhelming, but panic costs seconds you don't have. Drop, cover, wait. That's the protocol. History doesn't forget. The 1925 tri-state tornado killed 695 people across 3 states. In 2011, the Joplin tornado killed 158 and leveled an entire hospital. Tornadoes don't knock, they enter. Respect the funnel. 8. Wildfires, fast, silent until they roar, and increasingly common. Don't assume you'll see it coming in time. Fire moves faster than you think, and smoke alone can take you out before flames ever arrive. Here's how wildfires work. Heat, fuel, and oxygen create a feedback loop. Dry vegetation ignites, releasing more heat that preheats nearby fuel, causing the fire to jump, spread, and accelerate. Wind dictates direction. Topography dictates speed. And embers can travel miles ahead, starting new fronts without warning. Wildfires announce themselves long before you see flames. Watch for thick, acrid smoke that stings your eyes or tastes metallic. Notice an orange or brown haze on the horizon, even on a clear day. Listen for crackling, popping, or a low, roaring hum growing louder. Feel for sudden temperature spikes, dry wind shifts, or falling ash. If emergency alerts sound or evacuation orders drop, the window is closing. Act on them immediately. Fire doesn't negotiate. When it's near, move. First, evacuate early. Do not wait to pack, to watch, or to see which way it blows. Second, if trapped indoors, seal the house. Close all doors, windows, and vents. Turn off HVAC. Place wet towels under doors. Fill sinks with water. Stay low to avoid smoke inhalation. Third, if flames breach, escape to an already burned area, rock outcrop, or wide clearing. Lie flat, cover your mouth, and breathe through cloth. Fourth, wait for the main front to pass. It usually takes 10 to 20 minutes. Quick prep saves lives. Keep a go bag ready. N95 masks, water, documents, flashlight. Maintain defensible space around your home and map 2 evacuation routes. Don't assume AC will save you. Don't drive through smoke. Stay calm. The glow is mesmerizing, but hesitation is fatal. Seal. Stay low. Move if breached. That's the protocol. History is clear. The 2018 Camp Fire killed 85 and erased Paradise, California. The 2009 Black Saturday fires claimed 173 lives in Australia. Fire doesn't need warning to spread. Respect the heat. Prepare. 7. Blizzards, extreme cold. Quiet, slow-moving, and brutally efficient. Cold doesn't roar. It steals your heat, your clarity, and eventually, your life. Don't let the stillness fool you. Here's how blizzards work. They're not just heavy snow. A true blizzard requires sustained winds over 35 miles per hour, visibility under a quarter mile, and freezing temperatures for 3 or more hours. The wind is the real killer. It strips heat through convection, turns wet clothing into ice, and makes navigation impossible. Hypothermia doesn't announce itself. It whispers. Then it shuts you down. Warning signs. Blizzards build steadily but strike fast. Watch for towering, dark storm clouds rolling in low and heavy. Feel for a sharp temperature drop paired with rising wind gusts. Notice snow beginning to blow horizontally, reducing visibility to whiteout conditions. Listen for weather alerts naming blizzard warnings or extreme wind chill. If roads empty and sky turns flat gray, the storm is locking in. Don't wait for the first flake to hit. Cold doesn't care about your schedule. When it hits, secure yourself. Now. First, find or build shelter immediately. A building is ideal. If stranded, use a vehicle, snow trench, or natural windbreak. Second, insulate yourself. Layer clothing. Moisture-wicking base, warm middle, windproof outer. Cover head, hands, and feet. Never wear cotton. It traps moisture and accelerates heat loss. Third, conserve energy. Do not overexert. Sweating in freezing temps drops core temperature fast. Stay dry, stay still. Fourth, do not eat snow. Melt it first. Hydrate safely. Quick prep saves lives. Keep a winter kit in your car. Blankets, hand warmers, high-calorie snacks, shovel. Install a carbon monoxide detector and know your local warming shelter locations. Don't drink alcohol to warm up. It dilates vessels and speeds heat loss. Stay calm. The silence is heavy, but panic burns energy you can't afford. Breathe, layer, wait. That's the protocol. History agrees. The 1978 blizzard trapped thousands and killed over 100 across the Midwest. Winter Storm Uri, 2021, left millions without heat in Texas, resulting in hundreds of hypothermia deaths. Cold respects no borders. Respect the freeze. Prepare. 6. Thunderstorms and lightning. Loud, sudden, and deceptively common. Lightning doesn't need a storm to be deadly. It just needs a path to ground, and that path is often you. Here's how lightning works. It's a massive electrostatic discharge caused by charge separation inside storm clouds. When the electrical potential overcomes air resistance, a stepped leader drops, connects with an upward streamer, and releases billions of volts in a fraction of a second. It heats the air to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, creates thunder, and seeks the fastest route down. Tall, isolated objects and people standing in open fields are prime targets. Lightning gives you clues if you know how to read them. Watch for towering cumulonimbus clouds with flat anvil tops spreading outward. Listen for distant thunder, even if the sky looks clear overhead. Feel for static buildup, hair standing on end, skin tingling, or a metallic taste in your mouth. Use the 30-30 rule. If you see lightning and hear thunder within 30 seconds, the storm is within 6 miles. Wait 30 minutes after the last rumble before moving. The sky always warns you first. Lightning strikes without negotiation. When it's near, ground yourself. Now. First, get substantial shelter. A building with wiring and plumbing safely redirects current. Second, if no building exists, enter a hard-topped metal vehicle. Keep windows closed. Don't touch metal surfaces. Third, if caught in the open, avoid tall trees, poles, and water. Crouch low on the balls of your feet, feet together, hands over ears, head tucked. Minimize ground contact. Fourth, wait it out. Storms pass in 30 to 60 minutes. Quick prep saves lives. Keep a weather radio or lightning alert app. Avoid open fields and water during storms, and never shelter under isolated trees. Don't believe rubber tires protect you. It's the metal cage, not the rubber. Stay calm. The crack is terrifying, but panic drops your guard. Drop, cover, wait. That's the protocol. History is clear. Lightning kills approximately 24,000 people globally each year. In 1769, a strike in Brescia, Italy ignited gunpowder stores and killed approximately 3,000. The sky doesn't miss twice. Respect the charge. Prepare. Survive.
5.
Landslides and mudflows. Silent until they move, then unstoppable. Gravity doesn't negotiate. When soil loses cohesion, the ground itself becomes the threat. Here's how landslides work. Water saturation, seismic shaking, or erosion weakens slope stability. When friction fails, soil, rock, and debris accelerate downhill. Dry slides move like avalanches. Wet flows behave like thick concrete. They follow valleys, channels, and riverbeds, gaining speed and mass until they hit flat ground. Or you. Landslides don't strike blind. Watch for new cracks in soil, pavement, or building foundations near slopes. Notice trees, fences, or utility poles leaning downhill. Listen for unusual rumbling, cracking, or the sound of breaking trees. See streams suddenly turn brown, stop flowing, or rise rapidly. If heavy rain hits steep terrain, the slope is loading. Don't wait for it to slide. Gravity moves fast. When the ground shifts, move now. First, get to high ground immediately. Run diagonally across the slope, not straight down. Landslides flow fastest in the center. Second, if caught, curl tight. Protect your head and neck with your arms. Stay compact. Third, if buried in wet debris, try to swim upward. Float on your back, keep limbs spread, and paddle toward the edge. Grab onto stable objects. Fourth, if trapped, conserve energy. Tap SOS rhythm on pipes or rocks. Wait for rescue. Avoid building on steep, unstable slopes. Retain vegetation to anchor soil and know your local hazard maps. Don't investigate rumbling sounds. Don't assume "it stopped" means it's safe. Secondary slides follow. Stay calm. The ground shouldn't move, but panic won't hold it still. Run diagonal, cover up, signal. That's the protocol. History confirms it. The 1985 Nevado del Ruiz Lahar killed approximately 23,000 in Colombia. The 2018 Montecito debris flow claimed 23 lives and caused $400 million in damage. Slopes fail without warning. Respect the earth. Prepare. Survive. 4. Earthquakes. Sudden, violent, and impossible to predict. The ground you trust can betray you in seconds. You can't stop it. You can only survive it. Here's how earthquakes work. Tectonic plates grind, lock, and build stress over decades. When friction finally breaks, stored energy releases as seismic waves that ripple through the crust. The shaking lasts seconds, but the damage, collapsed structures, falling debris, ruptured lines, unfolds in minutes. You don't outrun an earthquake. You protect yourself during it. Earthquakes give almost no reliable short-term warning. Animals acting strangely, small foreshocks, or unusual groundwater changes are anecdotal, not actionable. Your best warning is preparation. Know the protocol before the floor moves. The moment shaking starts, every second counts. Don't wait for confirmation. Don't freeze. React. The ground moves without mercy. When it does, drop. Now. First, drop, cover, and hold on. Get under a sturdy table or desk. Hold the legs until shaking stops. This protects you from falling objects, the first cause of injury. Second, if no table is nearby, move to an interior wall, away from windows, mirrors, and heavy furniture. Crouch. Cover your head. Third, if outdoors, move to an open area. Stay away from buildings, power lines, and bridges. Fourth, after shaking stops, expect aftershocks. Check for injuries. Evacuate if the structure is compromised. Secure heavy furniture to walls. Keep emergency kits accessible, and practice drills with family. Don't run outside during shaking. Falling glass kills faster than collapsing walls. Stay calm. The rumble is disorienting, but protocol overrides panic. Drop, cover, hold. That's the protocol. History remembers. The 1906 San Francisco quake killed approximately 3,000. The 2010 Haiti earthquake claimed approximately 220,000. The 2023 Turkey-Syria quakes took approximately 59,000 lives. The Earth shifts without warning. Respect the fault lines. Prepare. Survive. 3. Floods. The most common natural disaster on Earth. Water doesn't need drama to destroy. It just needs to rise. And it rises faster than you think. Here's how floods work. They occur when water input exceeds drainage capacity. Heavy rain, rapid snowmelt, dam failures, or storm surge overwhelm the land. Flash floods can raise feet in minutes. River floods linger for days. Water conducts electricity, hides debris, and sweeps away vehicles with terrifying ease. Depth is deceptive. The current is deadly. Floods telegraph their arrival if you pay attention. Watch for prolonged or intense rainfall, especially on saturated ground. Notice rivers or streams rising rapidly, turning muddy or carrying debris. Listen for official flash flood warnings via sirens, phones, or radio. Feel for sudden changes in water flow near drains or roadways. If the sky stays dark and gutters overflow, the system is loading. Don't wait for water at your door. Water doesn't ask permission. When it rises, move. Now. First, get to the highest level immediately. Never enter basements or lower floors during rising water. Second, if driving, turn around, don't drown. 6 inches of moving water knocks you off your feet. 12 inches floats most cars. 2 feet sweeps SUVs. Third, if caught in floodwater, face downstream. Keep feet up to avoid entrapment and swim horizontally to the edge. Grab stable objects, climb high. Fourth, avoid downed power lines. Assume all submerged wires are live. Know your flood zone, keep a go bag elevated, and install sump pumps or backflow valves if prone. Don't test water depth. Don't walk or drive through flooded roads. Stay calm. The water looks manageable, but current hides force. Climb. Face downstream. Signal. That's the protocol. History is brutal. The 1931 China floods killed an estimated 1 to 4 million. The 2022 Pakistan floods affected 33 million. Floods don't discriminate. Respect the water. Prepare. Survive. 2. Hurricanes, tropical cyclones. Massive, slow-building, and devastatingly powerful. They don't strike blind. They announce themselves days in advance. Ignoring them isn't bravery, it's negligence. Here's how hurricanes work. They form over warm ocean water when heat and moisture fuel a low-pressure system. Warm air rises, cools, condenses, and releases energy that spins the storm faster. Wind, rain, and storm surge compound. The eye wall delivers the worst winds. The storm surge delivers the deadliest water. And they can span hundreds of miles. Hurricanes don't sneak up. Watch for official forecasts tracking wind speed, pressure drop, and projected path. Notice increasing cloud cover, rising humidity, and shifting winds days before landfall. Feel for barometric pressure dropping, causing ear popping or joint ache. Listen for evacuation orders, sirens, or emergency broadcasts. If the coast is clearing out and skies turn bruised purple-gray, the system is closing in. Don't wait for the first raindrop. Hurricanes give you time. Use it. Now. First, prepare early. Charge devices, fill vehicles, secure outdoor items, board windows. Second, know your zone. If in a storm surge area and ordered to evacuate, leave immediately. Do not wait. Third, if sheltering in place, go to an interior room on the lowest floor away from windows. Bring your kit: water, food, radio, first aid, documents. Fourth, stay inside during the eye. Winds will return violently from the opposite direction. Wait for official all clear. Quick prep saves lives. Keep 3 to 7 days of supplies. Map 2 evacuation routes and designate an out-of-area contact. Don't open windows to equalize pressure. It increases structural stress. Don't assume Category 1 is safe. Surge and flooding kill regardless. Stay calm. The wait is stressful, But preparation cuts panic. Seal, shelter, wait. That's the protocol. History is clear. The 1900 Galveston hurricane killed approximately 6,000. Katrina, 2005, claimed approximately 1,800 and caused $125 billion in damage. Typhoon Haiyan, 2013, took approximately 6,300 lives in the Philippines. Storms track slowly. Respect the forecast. Prepare. Survive. 1. Tsunamis. Not a wave, a wall of ocean. They travel at jet speeds in deep water, then amplify as they hit shore. 500,000 deaths in recorded history, but survival is absolutely possible, if you move before you think. Here's how tsunamis work. They're triggered by underwater earthquakes, landslides, volcanic eruptions, or rare asteroid impacts. The seafloor shifts, displacing massive water volumes that radiate outward as long wavelength waves. In deep water, they're fast but low. Near shore, they compress, rise, and unleash. They hit in multiple surges. The first is rarely the largest. Tsunamis give natural warnings if you know them. Feel a strong, long-duration earthquake near the coast. If you can't stand, evacuate immediately. Watch the ocean suddenly recede, exposing seafloor, reefs, or stranded fish. Listen for a loud, continuous roaring sound from the water, like a jet engine or train. Heed official sirens, phone alerts, or radio warnings. If any of these align, the water is coming. Don't investigate. Don't wait. Tsunamis don't negotiate with curiosity. When signs appear, run. Now. First, move to high ground immediately. Aim for 100+ feet elevation or 2+ miles inland. Every second counts. Second, if trapped in a coastal city with no high ground, enter the sturdiest, tallest reinforced concrete building. Go to the 3rd floor or higher. Never use elevators. Third, if caught in the water, grab large, buoyant debris. Position yourself opposite the current flow to avoid crushing. Swim horizontally when wave energy drops. Fourth, expect multiple waves. Do not return until officials declare it safe. Quick prep saves lives. Know your local evacuation routes, keep a go bag accessible, and practice family drills. Don't watch the receding ocean. Don't assume the first wave is the worst. Stay calm. The sight is surreal, but hesitation is fatal. Run high, climb, wait. That's the protocol. History is undeniable. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami killed approximately 230,000 across 14 countries. The 2011 Tohoku tsunami claimed approximately 16,000 and triggered Fukushima. Tsunamis respect no borders. Respect the ocean. Prepare. Survive. And there you have it. 10 natural disasters. 10 survival protocols. From hailstorms to earthquakes, you now have the knowledge to tilt the odds in your favor. But knowledge alone isn't enough. Action is. So here's your challenge. Pick one disaster that's most relevant to your location. Build one part of your emergency kit this week. Share this video with someone you care about. Survival is a team sport. Because here's the truth. Natural disasters don't care about your plans. But you can care about your preparation. You can build resilience. You can protect your loved ones. Stay safe, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.